Hey everyone, hopping on here to tell you all a story. I was over at one of my colleagues' places. Actually, this couple is on my team. So a few days ago, I was over at their place and I ended up going upstairs. And the middle son told me, who's 4 years old, by the way, he was like, "You have to come upstairs with me because I'm afraid of the dark." And so I was like, "Okay, that's fine." So we go upstairs together and he turns on the light and everything's fine. So he shows me the Lego set. And then I told him, I was like, "Hey, I have to go home now." And so I was like, "Do you want to stay up here by yourself or do you want to come down with me?" And so the 4-year-old, he came out of the room, started going downstairs. He was too scared to even turn off the light. So I turned off the light. And as I was going downstairs, I was like, "Hey, I'm also afraid of the dark," because he's like, "I'm not gonna stay up here by myself, Jill. Like, I'm afraid of the dark, remember?" And I was like, "Okay, did you know that I'm afraid of the dark too? And I live by myself, so it makes it even scarier." He's like, "You're afraid of the dark?" And I told him, "Hey, you know what I do when I'm afraid?" And he's like, "Well, what do you do?" And I said, "I pray to God whenever I'm afraid, especially when it's really dark." And he kind of looked at me and he asked me, "And it works?" And I said to him, "Yeah, it does work." And he just was a little baffled by it. I was like, "You can't knock it till you try it." And I was like, "Try next time to pray to God." And I was like, "It works because I still live alone. I'm still alone in my apartment in the dark." I was like, "But God helps me, but you got to pray." And so hopefully that planted a seed, because it is really scary to be afraid of the dark. I know growing up as a kid, I was afraid of the dark. There are a lot of different spiritual things, and I know some kids are more sensitive than others. And so I just really wanted to teach him to call on the name of Jesus when he is scared, because, when we read the Bible, there's nothing wrong of being scared. Like, the thing that is most important is that is not that we are scared. The important thing is how we respond to that fear, which is to rely on God. So I really hoped I planted a seed there for him. I know the world can be really scary for a 4-year-old, especially when you're in your own home and you want to go to bed, but you're too scared to go upstairs yourself. Like, I've been there. And so, yeah, if you guys could be praying for this 4-year-old on my team, and just that he would know God and start praying to him whenever he's scared, I'd really appreciate it.